It is the Breakfast Club, and today we want to talk about education, matters education. Yesterday there was an ongoing strike by the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, and it happened up to around us. We had a conversation. In studio, we have the Kuppet Executive Secretary, Mombasa County, Lynette Kamadi. Lynette, good morning.
Good morning.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
We welcome you. Nimesikia sauti yako
Kidogo because of the strike.
Yes.
You have just said there was a strike. It's still ongoing.
That's actually
There is.
there is a strike.
Correct.
It's still ongoing.
Perfect.
Okay, welcome to the show, Lynette.
Thank you so much.
I want to start with something. I want to start with a court order that was that the Employment and Labor Relations court said that the teachers need to stop the strike. And in the petition, this is what they said. Pending hearing and determination of the application inter partes, an order of temporary injunction is granted to the petitioner, restraining the respondent, its officials, members, employees, agents, or other persons acting on its behalf from withdrawing labor and or commencing, engaging in, participating, or continuing to participate in the intended industrial action set to commence or on 24th of August 2024 or any other time thereafter.
Thank you.
Yes.
You have read the order correctly.
I have read the order.
Underline the word intended.
Yes.
The court order came after 26th. Our strike commenced on 26th. Actually, by midnight of 25th, we were already on strike. We had withdrawn labor. So the English therein is addressing that court order to a different entity, not to us, because ours is an ongoing strike, actively ongoing, to say the least.
Okay.
So
the strike is on.
The strike is on,
Yes.
more energized.
Yes.
Yes.
Why? Let's talk about, because on my way to work today, someone asked me, Nat Kuppet, ni wapi wameacha, ni wapi wanaendelea? Let's just break down. What does the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education represent? Or who does the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education represent?
Thank you, Miriam.
Yes.
We have 3 unions in the education sector. We have Kenya National Union of Teachers, representing teachers in primary schools. We have Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, Kuppet, representing secondary school teachers and tertiary institutions. We have UASU, representing universities. Now, it's important for the listener to identify the difference in these unions. We are representing teachers, but at different levels,
Yes.
with different teaching environments. And therefore, when we are on strike on behalf of the teachers who are our members. We are on strike on behalf of the teacher who is yet to be born, and a teacher in the womb, a teacher in grade 1, a teacher in high school, a teacher who is in college, a teacher on internship, a teacher who is about to retire, and a teacher who is retired. In other words, as Kuppet, we stand for the profession called teaching, from infancy to retirement. And that is our business, to make it a profession that is respectable, a profession that is desired, that people fight for. Because at the end of the day, teaching is the profession that gives birth to any other profession under the sun, including preachers.
Wow. We heard when the strike began, we had Nat and Kuppet come together. And then later on, we saw Nat say they won't be going on strike. But then Kuppet has continued with their strike. What happened in between?
I don't want to talk for Nat.
Yes.
I don't know what happened to them. One thing I will say here, without fear of contradiction, is the demands that we had and presented before the Teacher Service Commission are common. Because we are bound by one CBA, that we presented and registered in the court of law were NAT signed, Kuppet signed, TSC signed, and the court also appended a signature as a witness to this. Teacher Service Commission, up to this moment I'm talking to you, have not implemented the parts of that CBA. We have one thing in that CBA that is a very bad thing. Despite refusing to give the teachers their salary increment of between 4 to 7%, the Teacher Service Commission has engaged over 4,000 leaders or principals and deputies on acting capacity.
Okay.
You are acting because that place has no substantive appointee.
Yeah.
You are acting, yet you've not been given a responsibility allowance. Yet you are discharging duties, and should anything go wrong as you are acting, you will lose your job.
Yes.
It is a bad labor practice to hire somebody on acting capacity and not give that person allowances that go with a dangerous job.
Yeah.
It is also a very bad labor practice to keep somebody in an acting capacity when you know very well there is no substantive appointee in that institution.
Yes.
So one of the requirements were confirm these people in those capacities. Let the deputies be confirmed, and let the principals be confirmed. Already you have seen their ability, and that is why you have given them the position as an acting person. Why should you act? Our employer has a mandate to employ teachers on permanent and pensionable term.
Yeah.
To have Teacher Service Commission operate outside that mandate and begin hiring teachers as laborers and giving them 17,000 Kenya shillings in the name of interns is already a very bad labor practice. We are living in a country where people have blatantly refused to obey court orders. Teacher Service Commission is on record because the same court they went to told them that they have no mandate at all to hire anybody on internship. They were told to do the right thing. While we may not force them to hire, because nobody can force somebody to employ another person, we are coercing Teacher Service Commission to employ people within its mandate. So, the ball is in their court. Why are you engaging 46,000 sons and daughters of this nation, qualified, who have gone to universities, undertaken degrees in teaching 2 subjects per person?
Yes.
Because we specialize, and you are engaging them to teach in junior secondary schools, forcing them to teach subjects in which they are not qualified, because their letters are clear. You have been appointed as an intern to teach English literature in Kongowea Junior Secondary School. The other one has a letter saying to teach CRE history. Another one has a letter to teach mathematics, chemistry, or biology, physics. Then, when they arrive in school, there are 3 of them probably teaching similar subjects. Or if they are different, maybe maths, English, maths, physics, English literature, and Kiswahili and CRE, then you are presented with more than 8 subjects to teach. These people want to teach subjects they never qualified to teach.
Yeah.
For me to have gone to university and chose to specialize in maths and physics is a clear indicator that I'm not able to handle history, CRE, or geography, or probably Kiswahili, or any other subjects. I'm a scientist.
Why are they placed in those subjects that they didn't specialize in?
Because there is a shortage. Because they are the only teachers in a junior secondary school. They are 3. Remember, 3 teachers against 2 classes, grade 7, grade 8. There are 3. Each level has more than 8 subjects. The subjects that you are being told to teach, you'd have no clue about them. The question that we are asking the leaders of this country And the question that we are belaboring to communicate and pass to the population, the parents of this country is, are we serious? We are seeing a generation being wasted. And in this generation that we are wasting are teachers who are yet to become teachers. We want to teach them and produce teachers out of them. We want to produce doctors out of them. When this student will leave junior secondary to join a senior secondary, they are joining in a pathway. I really want to make this conversation clear. They are going to join in pathways, 3 pathways. In other words, specialization. We are trying to nurture children and identify their areas of strength. If my area of strength is sciences, then I'm supposed to join a senior secondary school in the pathway of STEM, that is science, technology, mathematics, or those science subjects. I will go and pursue my path directly from junior secondary because my strength has already been identified. I feel comfortable. There's a lot that is a social sciences. They are supposed to be given to the senior secondary to pursue social sciences. These are humanities. And we have learners whose strength is neither in the two. They are more comfortable in performance and art subjects. They should be poured in that side, so that if I am not able to be a social scientist, I'm not a mathematician, or a scientist rather, I can be an artist, I can be a musician, I can be a baker, I can do something else. I can be better with my hands. Now, you are placed in a school. You have never set foot in a laboratory to undertake a practical subject because, 1, there is no lab, there is no workshop, and then there is no teacher. You are there to be taught sciences by an English literature teacher, CRE teacher, and then there is no laboratory, there is no workshop. 1, you have no human resource to teach the right thing. 2, there is no infrastructure to teach. How will these children at their young age of 15, 16, make an informed decision of their areas of strength? This is a very serious, critical thing that we really need to talk about and bring to the attention of the Kenyan parent and the leaders of our country.
I am a parent, and you see, I'm listening to you speak.
Yes.
And now my question is, was there a need to have CBC? If because there's all this confusion. It's like now we have the junior secondary, but there are no teachers to teach those students. Was there a need for the breakdown?
The CBC is the most excellent curriculum that we can offer as a country. If you've listened to me, I've talked about pathways and the strengths and abilities of learners. Rather than have learners that we are churning towards professions, where in 844, people learn towards, the objective of a learner is, I want to become a doctor. I want to, even the incapable, not everybody is wired towards sciences or professions or white collar jobs.
But what if we don't have the personnel?
Now the personnel is there. It's the priority, my dear.
It is the priority.
Yes, because if you can't go back you'll discover that junior secondary is a post-primary sector of education. It is meant to be domiciled in the secondary school. We already have teachers in secondary schools. All of them are there. In every secondary school is a laboratory that is functional. The government had placed junior secondary at the right place, constructed classes. For the purpose of having those children or students join secondary school, because they considered 3 things. The government at that time did research and considered the curriculum to be offered, the subjects. They considered the infrastructure and considered availability of human resource. According to them, when you place these students in a secondary school setup, they will be able to access labs, they'll have workshops, there are teachers to handle those subjects, and their classrooms. What was missing, or what was going to happen was, rather than now have the headache of hiring 46,000 people on internship and paying them 17,000 like laborers, they would have just used that resource, fixing them and just adding a few teachers into those schools.
Yeah.
The principals of every school would have just been asked, identify the areas of shortage that are so dire so that we give you more staff there.
Yes.
The principal of Shimolatewa would say, for me, I feel I need more teachers in the humanities department. A principal of Mamangina would say, I am in need of more teachers in the science department or in the social, in the performance act department. A principal of a school in Nyeri would identify a need in another area, and then the Teacher Service Commission would commence filling those stations on permanent and pensionable through recruitment of teachers that are qualified.
Yes.
But politics came up, and education is politicized. It's unfortunate that from nowhere, people have identified to sit and go around, pick views of parents who are not informed, and ask them, where do you think these junior secondary students should be placed? A parent who does not understand the curriculum, the resources, and the reasons why we are here, will say, my child is young, I don't want my child in a secondary school. Retain that child in the primary school. The parent is not told first, as you are making a decision, I'm presenting to you these three issues. So listen to them and tell me what you want. They ended up reversing the decision based on an informed decision. So it's not lost.
So now the junior secondary school falls under...
It's a secondary school setup, but within a primary school. Are you seeing what we are talking about?
Yeah.
And we are saying this. It's not too late. Every leader and greatest leaders in history are leaders who listen. Are leaders who say, we did this and we thought it was a good idea. But after having seen the implementation process and we have seen the gaps, we take corrective measures. That is why strategy is in place. It should be a process of a strategic plan. You've been given a strategic plan. You are implementing your strategy as you monitor. And every stage of monitoring, Mariam, you are supposed to take corrective measures.
Yes.
If there are resources that are not there, you are supposed to go back to the drawing board and do the right thing.
Why hasn't TSC gone back to the drawing board? Because I'm certain these issues have been raised by the teachers themselves.
It is not TSC. TSC's mandate is to give teachers. The Ministry of Education is in charge of determining the right things. And that brings me back to a point that I wanted to talk about. When you pick somebody who has totally no background in education, place him or her as the CS education, you already begin making a mistake. This country has no shortage of Bachelor of Education holders. There are many, or hundreds of thousands of them. We are so many. Why can't we have a teacher whose background is Bachelor of Education, whether it's arts or sciences or special needs? Why don't we have a person whose primary degree is in education to be the CS of education? I will give you an example of, I'm sure if I were to ask you, any of the CSs you remember in the previous regime, who ever performed excellently in education and you can remember? Do you have any name?
Let me see. I don't want to say there's Matiangi.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Matiangi, Dr. Matiangi, is a Bachelor of Education Arts, English Literature from Kenyatta University. Look at this education sector when he ran education. And he inspired hope. He changed things and things worked. He was able, because we understand, he would give the right advice. from a technical point of view.
Yes.
To the listening leaders who would listen and understand, let us do this. Matiang'i was in office when CBC was rolling out. Matiang'i plus with the late Professor Magoha, they were in that docket.
Yeah.
With Professor Magoha having been in the being a PS, and Matiang'i was the CS, and things worked.
Yeah.
They worked. But today, I don't know. We have. I'm yet to know the name of this person we have as a CS.
I will tell you his name. His name is Julius Ogamba.
Julius Ogamba.
Yes.
Julius Ogamba has no background in education. I checked and I went to look at his journey of education. It's rather long, but long in law.
Yes.
Why can't he be given a docket where he is a qualified person to properly advise the Attorney General and the other departments of legislation rightfully and accurately?